Obviously, July, you had an incredible win, man. It was a fantastic performance. It wasn't for the tough title, unfortunately. But what did that win, that performance mean for you?
Man, that meant everything for me. It really changed my life, you know what I'm saying? I was able to get the performance of the night bonus, and with that $50,000, I legitimately changed my life. I was able to take that and make the move from St. Louis to California, move to AKA permanently, and it's been history ever since.
No doubt. Talk about that. I mean, we know the legendary intensity of training at AKA. I mean, what's been the benefits? What's been the payoffs for you?
I mean, I can't speak highly enough of the benefits and payoffs of training at AKA. I legitimately was one of Khabib Nurmagomedov's main training partners, main sparring partners for this, his last fight against Conor McGregor. You know, it's like you can't pay for an experience like that.
I was going to say, what does that do for you? I mean, it's got to be, is it a little disheartening at all? I mean, I imagine you gave him some good runs, but that guy's top of the game right now. Is it almost tough to deal with a guy like that in the gym?
I mean, of course, Khabib is one of, if not he's the greatest lightweight in the world, probably one of the greatest of all time. And, at the end of the day, the mentality that I have, I felt as though I did well enough that I gained confidence through it. You know what I mean? I gained confidence in my rounds with Khabib. I looked at it as though him, Manap, Islam Makhachev, they threw things at me that no one else in the business is going to throw at me. I feel prepared for anybody that steps in the cage with me at this point.
You made it clear you wanted this fight a lot, man. It meant a lot to you. I mean, you can't get the tough title, right? I mean, that was won in July. So why is it so important to you to get this fight? I mean, does it send some kind of message that you should have been the guy?
I mean, it's not even, it really has nothing to do with being the tough champion. I just felt as though this was the correct fight to make. This is the one that makes the most sense. There were a lot of people after the fight that said I would have won if I never got injured, and I don't. In my opinion, there is no would have. I would have won if I didn't get injured, and I want the chance to prove that, and I'm sure Mike wants the chance to prove those people wrong. So it just makes the most sense.
Give me an idea what you see in Mike. I mean, obviously, you got to see a lot of him on the show. Break him down. What do you see?
I mean, Mike's a good, well-rounded fighter. He's a great guy. Out of one of the people on the show, I respect Mike a lot. In fact, during tryouts, he and I actually went and hiked Red Rock Mountains together. So I liked Mike. You know what I'm saying? But as a fighter, not to take anything away from his skills, like I said, he's a very well-rounded fighter, but I don't think he brings to the table a lot of the things that I do. I'm dynamic everywhere. I look for the finish, the entire fight, from bell to bell. I'm looking to finish you, and I believe he hasn't had to deal with someone like that before, and this is going to really test to see what he's going to do.
So it's kind of interesting because I thought this was personal. I thought maybe it was a grudge thing, but you're saying it's not.
Not at all. I like Mike. We're two guys. Like I imagine I could see myself having a beer with him after the fight, going out and partying with him after the fight. I would consider him a friend, but in this game, you're gonna have to fight your friends. If it would have been Joe Giannetti, who I consider one of my best friends at this point, we'd be fighting. It doesn't matter.
Last thing for me, I saw on social media today, you were posting your weight and some expletives there, man. I mean, what's that anger about?
I'm just tired of people thinking that I have a hard time cutting weight or that I'm going to be the next weight cut disaster. This is easy for me. I've been making 125 since I was an amateur, and I have over 40 amateur fights combined between MMA, boxing, and kickboxing. This isn't anything to me. Cutting weight is easy. I say the hard part's over when I post about making weight, but it really isn't. The hard part is just waiting to go fight.
You know if DC's calling this fight?
I believe he was originally supposed to call this fight until he got the offer to fight Derek Lewis, and I can't blame him. I would want to take some time off and not have to deal with any obligations as well.
So he would be talking a lot of trash about you if he was calling?
Of course DC would be talking a lot of trash if he was calling this fight. I mean, the man loves me. I love him, but dude, that's just the man DC is. He ain't gonna let me off the hook just because he's calling my fight, just because he likes me.
Do you think most fans know your real name?
No, not at all. I think I legitimately, there are people who think my name is Bob, and it's all good, you know. I never really thought I would be one of those Rampage or GSP kind of guys, but hey, I'll take it. VBR, Violent Bob Ross, if that's what you want to call me, that's what you want to know me as, I'm good.
So if someone says, hey, Bob, you're turning around?
Most of the time.